Now I am going to discuss a completely different topic, that is solubility equilibria of springly soluble salts. We have already known that the solubility of ionic solids in water varies a great deal. Some of the salts like calcium chloride are soluble, that they are hygroscopic in nature and even absorb water vapor from atmosphere. Others, such as lithium fluoride, have so little solubility that they are commonly termed as insoluble. The solubility depends on a number of factors, important amongst which are the lattice enthalpy of the salt and the solvation enthalpy of the ions in the solution. For a salt to dissolve in a solvent, the strong forces of attraction between its ion, that is responsible for lattice enthalpy, must be overcome by the ion solvent interactions. The solvation enthalpy of ions is referred to in terms of solvation, which is always negative. Energy is released in the process of solvation. The amount of solvation enthalpy dependent on the nature of the solvent. In case of a non-polar, that means covalent solvent, solvation enthalpy is small, hence not sufficient to overcome lattice enthalpy of the salt. Consequently, the salt does not dissolve in non-polar solvent. As a general rule, for a salt to be able to dissolve in a particular solvent, its solvation enthalpy must be greater than its lattice enthalpy, so that the latter may be overcome by former. Each salt has its characteristic solubility, which depends on the temperature. Salts can be classified into three categories on the basis of their solubility. Category 1, soluble, when the solubility is greater than 0.1 m. Category 2, slightly soluble, when the solubility is less than 0.1 m but greater than 0.01 m. Category 3, springly soluble, when the solubility is less than 0.01. Now we are going to find out the solubility product constant for springly soluble salts. When a solid like barium sulfate is in contact with its saturated aqueous solution, the equilibrium between undissolved solid and the ions in saturated solution can be represented by the equation BaSO4 will give Ba2 plus SO4 2 minus. BaSO4 solid will give Ba2 plus aqueous plus SO4 2 minus aqueous. The equilibrium constant is given by the equation. Now equilibrium constant, again the product on reactant we will write. So the concentration of barium ion multiplied by concentration of sulfate ion divided by the concentration of barium sulfate. As we know that barium sulfate is present in solid state, so we will its concentration will remain constant and we will consider it with the constant K. When we multiply the K with concentration of BaSO4, there we will obtain one more constant, that is KSP. So KSP, solubility product constant or simply solubility product, is equals to the concentration of barium ion multiplied with concentration of sulfate ion. The experimental value of KSP in above equation at 298 Kelvin is 1.1 into 10 raised to the power minus 10. This means that for solid barium sulfate in equilibrium with its saturated solution, the product of concentrations of barium and sulfate ion is equal to its solubility product constant. The concentrations of the two ions will be equal to the molar solubility of barium sulfate. If molar solubility is S, then 1.1 into 10 raised to the power minus 10 will be equals to S multiplied by S, that is S square, and when we solve this we will obtain the molar solubility for barium ion and sulfate ion, that will be equals to 1.05 into 10 raised to the power minus 5. So the molar solubility of barium sulfate will be equals to 1.05 into 10 raised to the power minus 5 mole per liter. A salt may give on dissociation two or more than two anions and cations carrying different charges. For example, if we take the example of magnesium chloride MgCl2, on dissociation it will give 1 magnesium ion and 2 Cl minus ion. Just like that, if we take the example of a solid salt having general formula MxXy with molar solubility S in equilibrium with its saturated solution may be represented by the equation. How this salt will be dissociated? It will give X number of positive ion and Y number of negative ion. The positive ion, that is cation, will carry the P plus charge, and negative ion X will carry the Q minus charge. As we know that total positive charge will be equals to the total negative charge. So the multiplication of the number of ions to the charge positive charge will be equals to the multiplication of the number of negative ion to the negative charge, and its solubility product constant can be given by the formula Ksp will be equals to concentration of cation raised to the power of its number multiply by concentration of anion raised to the power of its number, that means number of anions. Again it can be written like that, as the solubility is S, so the concentration of cation can be given as S multiplied by number of cations raised to the power of number of cations multiplied by the solubility S multiplied by number of anion raised to the power of number of anions. This can be written like this: x to the power x, y to the power y, s to the power x plus y, where x plus y is the total number of cation and anion. So the solubility can be given by this formula. This is very important. Calculate the solubility of A2X3 in pure water, assuming that neither kind of ion reacts with water. The solubility product of A2X3 is equals to 1.1 into 10 raised to the power minus 23. Now A2X3 will dissociate like this. It will give 2 cation carrying 3 plus charge and 3 anions carrying 2 minus charge. The Ksp can be written like that, that concentration of cation raised to the power of its number, that is 2, concentration of anion raised to the power of its number, that is 3, will be equals to 1.1 into 10 raised to the power minus 23. Now the concentration of cation can be written as 2s and concentration of anion can be written as 3s. So Ksp will be equals to 2s to the power 2, 3s to the power 3, 108 s to the power 5 will be equals to 1.1 into 10 raised to the power minus 23. When we solve it, we can find the value of s, that is 1 into 10 raised to the power minus 5 mole per liter. One more question is given in NCERT. The values of Ksp for two springly soluble salts, nickel hydroxide and silver cyanide, are 2 into 10 raised to the power minus 15 and 6 into 10 raised to the power minus 17 respectively. Which salt is more soluble? Explain. Now we will find out the Ksp value for both the salts. For AgCN, it will dissociate like that it will give Ag plus and Cn minus ion. So Ksp will be equals to multiplication of the concentration of silver to the concentration of Cn minus ion, Ag plus ion and Cn minus ion, that will be equals to 6 into 10 raised to the power minus 17. Nickel hydroxide will dissociate like that, it will give 1 Ni2 plus ion and 2 OH minus ion. Ksp is equals to multiplication of concentration of nickel and multiplication of concentration of the hydroxyl ion raised to the power of number of negatively charged ion, that is 2. So Ksp is given in the question, that is 2 into 10 raised to the power minus 15. Now let's assume that the concentration of Ag plus is S1 and so Cn minus is also S1. Now the concentration of nickel 2 plus ion is S2, then hydroxyl ion will be 2S2. So S1 square is equals to 6 into 10 raised to the power minus 17. So S1 is equals to 7.8 into 10 raised to the power minus 9. Now for nickel we can write that S2 multiply by 2 s to the power 2 is equals to 2 into 10 raised to the power minus 15. So S2 will be is equals to 0.58 into 10 raised to the power minus 4. If we compare S1, that is equals to 7.8 into 10 raised to the power minus 9 mole per liter, and S2 is equals to 0.58 into 10 raised to the power minus 4 mole per liter. We can easily conclude that nickel hydroxide is more soluble than silver cyanide. According to Le Chatelier principle, if we increase the concentration of any of the ions, it should combine with the ion of its opposite charge and some of the salt will precipitate it till once again Ksp is equals to Qsp. Similarly, if the concentration of one of the ion is decreased, more salt will dissolve to increase the concentration of both the ions till once again Ksp is equals to Qsp. This is applicable even to soluble salts like sodium chloride, except that due to higher concentrations of ions, we use their activities instead of their molarities in the expression for Qsp. Thus, if we take a saturated solution of sodium chloride and pass HCl gas through it, then sodium chloride is precipitated due to increased concentration of chloride ion available from the dissociation of HCl. Sodium chloride thus obtained is of very high purity, and we can get rid of impurities like sodium and magnesium sulfates. The common ion effect is also used for almost complete precipitation of particular ion as its springly soluble salt, with very low value of solubility product for gravimetric estimations. Thus, we can precipitate silver ion as silver chloride, ferric ion as its hydroxide, and barium ion as its sulfate for quantitative estimations. Calculate the molar solubility of nickel hydroxide in 0.10 m NaOH. The ionic product of nickel hydroxide is 2 into 10 raised to the power minus 15. Let the solubility of nickel hydroxide be equal to S. Dissolution of S mole per liter of nickel hydroxide provides S mole per liter of nickel 2 plus ion and 2S mole per liter of OH minus ion. As nickel hydroxide will dissociate like this, it will give nickel 2 plus 2 OH minus ions. So, if the solubility of nickel 2 plus is S, solubility of OH minus ion will be 2S. So, Ksp, okay, but the total concentration of OH minus ion is equals to 0.1 plus 2S, because NaOH will also dissociate to give Na plus and OH minus ion, and it will be 0.01. So the total concentration will be is equals to sum of the concentration of OH minus ion produced from nickel hydroxide and sum of the concentration of OH minus ion produced by the sodium hydroxide, because the solution already contained 0.1 mole of OH minus from NaOH. Now Ksp can be written as 2 into 10 raised to the power minus 15 is equals to concentration of nickel ion, concentration of hydroxyl ion raised to the power of 2. So it can be written like this, S multiplied by 0.11 plus 2s to the power 2. As Ksp is small, 2s is very less than 0.10. Thus it can be written approximately equals to the 0.1. Hence 2 into 10 raised to the power minus 15 will be is equals to s multiplied by 0.1 to the power 2. So s will be is equals to 2 into 10 raised to the power minus 13 m, that is the concentration of nickel ion.